Good morning, children. How are you, all of you? All are fine at home? Okay, well. In previous classes, we discussed different kinds of animals depend on different habitats, and they adapted their habitats in different conditions. And also we discussed different kinds of animals feed different food habits, right? In this class, we will learn about feeding habits in birds. What? Feeding habits in birds. Birds depend their food habits in different, actually they have different size of beaks, different feet, different claws they have. Actually, birds use their beaks, feet and claws to catch their food and prey, and also they help them to protect from enemies, and also they hold the branches so tightly with the help of these feet and claws. Like their beaks, feet and claws also made up suitable for different purposes. Let us discuss what kind of birds have different feeding habits. Some birds like crows and sparrows. These crows and sparrows, they have 3 long toes in front and 1 short toe at the back. These 3 long toes in the front, no, they use like our fingers, and whatever located in a back toe, no, that back toe use like our thumb. With the help of these toes, they can hold the branches and they can get their food and they will eat that food. And also they perch on trees. Perch means what? Resting time, resting place. So what is the meaning of perch? Perch means resting time. Have you ever seen most of the birds are resting their place on trees? So they perch on trees. With the help of their claws and these feet, they hold the branches tightly. They do not fall down even while sleeping. Have you seen some birds are closing their eyes and sleeping, even though they did not fall down. Why? Because they have feet and claws. No, with the help of that they can hold tightly and they can take their rest on trees. And moving on to the other birds, like what are that? Hens and cocks. These hens and cocks have a long toes in front and 1 small toe at the back. They have sharp and strong claws. What they have? Sharp, strong and claws. With the help of the sharp, strong and claws, no, they can scratch the ground. Have you ever seen while they are feeding their food? Have you ever seen? How did they eat? They are scratching that ground, and whatever small insects or any seeds are fallen down, no, they are scratching the ground and they are eating their food with the help of this sharp, strong and claws. And moving on to that ducks and geese. Have you ever seen ducks and geese? Nowadays we are not able to see in our surroundings. In earlier days we can see plenty of ducks and geese. So, these ducks and geese have a small feet. What do they have? Small feet. In front, they have 3 toes and 1 back at that back. These 3 toes, now whatever they have, the front 3 toes are joined together with thick skin. What do they have? They have 3 toes. Whatever they have, the in front of the toes, no, the 3 toes are joined together with a thick skin. So that we are calling that class webbed feet. What we are calling? Webbed feet. So whatever the ducks and geese have, no, that class we are calling webbed feet. They have webbed feet. And moving on to that parrots. Have you ever seen parrots? Yes. This parrots and woodpeckers. What are that? Parrots and woodpeckers. You know, these parrots and woodpeckers have two pointing toes upwards. Upwards they have 2 pointing toes and downwards they have also 2 pointed feet. So, with the help of these, they can hold on trees and they can eat their fruits and whatever they get different kinds of fruits, no, that they will eat with the help of these 2 pointed toes. Upwards they have 2 pointed toes and downwards also they have 2 pointed toes. With the help of that, they can hold on tree branches and they can eat their fruits, whatever they got, they feed their food. So, like this we can see different birds are having different food habits. Let us move on what type of birds have their different feeding habits. In this we will discuss some other animals. First, frugivorous. Frugivorous birds. What is that? The first one is frugivorous birds, carnivorous birds, and omnivorous birds. What is that? Frugivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. Frugivorous means they will eat fruits. What they will eat? They will eat fruits and also they will eat berries. What they will eat? Berries. They will eat fruits, they will eat berries and they will eat fruits, jelly. What is that? They will eat fruit jellies also. That flavored jelly are there, no, in a backyard. In that they will eat fruit jelly. So, the frugivorous birds will eat fruits and also they will eat berries and they will eat fruits flavored jellies are there, no, in backyard. In that they will eat this jelly. What type of birds we are calling these frugivorous? Frugivorous birds means we can call orioles. What is that? What are the example of frugivorous birds? Orioles and waxwings. What are the example of frugivorous birds? Orioles and waxwings. And also sparrows also, have you seen sparrows also eating some fruits? Whatever we are sending out to the wastages, foods are, no, we are throwing outside, no. Some sparrows also they are eating some fruits. So, whatever the birds are eating, fruits, berries, fruits, jelly, these all we are calling frugivorous birds. What are the example of frugivorous birds? They are orioles and wax wings, and also sparrows, finches. These all also they will eat fruits. Okay, next moving on to that carnivorous birds. We discussed carnivorous animals means what? They are eating only the flesh of other animals, right? Here also carnivorous birds. Carnivorous birds means they will eat flesh of other animals, birds, whatever it may be. So they will eat flesh. What they will eat? Flesh. Flesh in the sense what? They will eat fish, they will eat mammals, they will eat amphibians, they will eat reptiles, they will eat reptiles, and also they will eat different kinds of animals. So carnivorous means what? They will eat other animals flesh, like they will eat fish, mammals, amphibians, reptiles, and also a meat of rodents, that also they will eat. What are the example of carnivorous animals, carnivorous birds? They are eagles and vulture. Have you ever seen eagles and vultures? You know, they have sharp, strong and claws. What do they have? They have sharp, strong and claws they have. With the help of these sharp, strong claws, they can catch their prey like rats, snakes, which are crawling on the floor or which are moving in the land. They can catch that prey. You know, they both have a good sight. They were flying in the sky, no? Then how can they find out while the rat is moving on that land? Because they have long sight. With the help of this sight, they can get their food in a floor also, like snakes. Snakes are crawling on that floor, no? So they can catch their prey like rats, snakes, and other animals like that. So how did they catch that? They have sharp, strong and claws, no? With the help of these claws, they can catch their prey. So they have strong claws, no? That we are calling these claws we are calling talons. So whatever the eagles and vultures have the claws, no? They all are known as talons. What we are calling? Talons. So like these carnivorous birds depend on like these animals. So they will eat only flesh. What they will eat? Only flesh. That type of birds we are calling carnivorous birds. Next, moving on to that omnivorous birds. Omnivorous birds means they can eat everything and anything. What they will eat? They can eat everything. Anything they will eat. And also they will eat everything. They can eat anything or they can eat everything, like they can eat fruits, they can eat animals, like that. What are the example of these omnivorous? Ducks, geese and kia. What is the bird? Kia. And the bird like rook. The bird like rook. Also they will eat different kinds of carnivorous. Carnivorous means they are eating other animals, no? Other birds or other animals like that, insect. So they also specialized that carnivorous. They will eat that one. So this omnivorous means what? They will eat anything and everything. For the example of ducks, kia, rook. You know, we just now only we discussed ducks have webbed feet. So with the help of this webbed feet, they can swim in water and they can collect their food from in water only. So ducks, kia, rooks are the example of omnivorous birds. Omnivorous birds means what? They can eat everything and they can eat anything. What are the examples of omnivorous? Ducks, kia, rook, this kind, etc. We can say that omnivorous birds. Have you understand? What are the frugivorous? Frugivorous means they will eat fruits, and carnivorous means they will eat flesh, and omnivorous birds means they will eat anything and everything. So what are the example of frugivorous birds? Orioles, waxwings and etc. Sparrows and finches also, they will eat fruits. So that also. Next, moving on to the carnivorous birds. What are the examples of carnivorous birds? Eagles, vultures. So whatever the eagles and vultures have the strong sharp claws, no, that claws what we are calling? We are calling talons. What we are calling? Talons. Moving on to that omnivorous birds. Omnivorous birds means what? They can eat anything, they can eat everything. What are the examples of these omnivorous? Ducks, kias and rooks. So ducks has a webbed feet. What is the use of these webbed feet? Good. They will swim in water and they can collect some different kinds of insects. Okay, now understood? Shall we move on other birds? Okay. Not only these three birds, we have different kinds of birds also, that is granivorous birds. Granivorous birds, insectivorous birds, and nectivorous birds. What are the other birds? Granivorous birds, insectivorous birds and nectivorous birds. Granivorous birds means they will depend on grains and seeds. What they will eat? They will eat grains and seeds. So the birds which are depending on grains and seeds, that kind of birds we are calling granivorous birds. What we are calling? Granivorous birds. What are the examples of granivorous birds? We can consider sparrows. Sparrows are eating grains and some seeds, no? Have you ever seen? If you throw outside some grains and seeds, means they are coming and collecting with the help of beak. Have you ever seen? So what are the example of granivorous birds? Sparrows, and also we can consider finches. Finches also they will eat some fruits and these seeds and grains. What is the other example? Finches. So this kind of birds all are depending on grains and seeds. So that type of birds we are calling granivorous birds. Next, moving on to that insectivorous birds. Insectivorous birds means what? They are depending whatever the specialized carnivorous birds, no? So they will prefer to eat insects. So they will eat insects. What they will eat? They will eat insects. So that the birds which are eating insects, that kind of birds we are calling insectivorous birds. What are the examples of insectivorous birds? We can consider that swallows and swifts, swallows and swifts, and these are eating insects, etc. also is there, etc. Some other birds eating, they are depending insects, where they are depending insects, they are feeding their food like insects. So that type of birds we are calling insectivorous birds. What we are calling? Insectivorous birds. What are the examples of insectivorous birds? Swallows, swift. These are eating insects. Next, moving on to that nectivorous birds. Nectivorous birds means what? They are depending on flowers. They are depending on flowers. Have you ever seen flowers have some jelly like substance? Have you ever seen? For example, jasmine and lily, these flowers, they have some jelly type substance. So that we are calling nectar. Whatever the jelly type substance occur in that flowers, no, that we are calling nectar. What we are calling? Nectar. So some birds, they are depending on this nectar. So where we can get this nectar? Different kinds of flowers. So in flowers, they are located in one jelly type substance. That substance we are calling nectar we are calling. So the birds which are depending on this nectar, we are calling nectivorous birds. For example, hummingbird. What is that? Hummingbird. So these hummingbirds always depending on nectar, and also some other kinds birds like sunbirds. What is that? Sunbirds. So these sunbirds and hummingbirds, they all are depending on nectar. So where could we get this nectar? From flowers. The flowers have some jelly type substance. That substance we are calling nectar. Those birds are depending on this nectar, we are calling nectivorous birds. What we are calling? Nectivorous birds. Have you understand this? Okay. So these different kinds of birds have different feeding habits. And we discussed parasite animals, and parasite birds also is there. That is mosquitoes. Have you ever seen mosquitoes? Daily we are seeing our home. How do they survive in this world? Yes, they are stabbing. They stab our body and they suck their blood. They are sucking blood, no? How did they suck that blood? They have special organ that we are calling suckers. What we are calling? Suckers. With the help of these special organ suckers, they can stab our body, they can suck our blood. So that type of parasite birds also we can able to see. So different types of birds. So this mosquito is a parasite animals. So what are the example of parasite animals? Like mosquitoes. So they have special part. What is the special part that we are calling? Suckers. Have you understood about this? How that birds are feeding their food habits? Different birds have different claws, toes, and like that. With the help of that sharp claws, sharp toes or strong toes, they can catch their food and they can feed. And what about that human beings? How human beings are feeding their food? That we will discuss with a small diagram. Okay. So this is the structure of a human being. tooth. With the help of this tooth, what we are doing? Yeah, let us discuss how the human beings feed their habits. You know, teeth are the important part of our body. No, these teeth are very important part of our body, and also teeth give shape and texture to the face, and also they help us to bite and chew the food. How we are chewing the food? With the help of teeth only we are biting and chewing that food. And teeth help in speech. Whatever we are talking, no, with the help of this teeth only we can speech. And we are able to form words and speak clearly. And also, you know, the first set of teeth which appear in a babies are called milk teeth. What we are calling? Milk teeth. So the babies, which the babies have, no, the babies have small teeth. That teeth we are calling milk teeth. By the age of 2 years, they can lose their teeth. The child, the child has a 20 teeth. How many teeth they have? 20. So at the age of 2 years, they have 20 teeth. So whatever they have, the teeth that we are calling milk teeth. What we are calling? Milk teeth. At the age of 6 years, how many? 6 years, they lost their milk teeth. They began to fall that milk teeth, and new teeth will arise, which come into that place of old teeth, that we are calling permanent teeth. What we are calling? Permanent teeth. So at the age of 6 years, we can get permanent teeth slowly. By the age of 25 years, an adult has 32 teeth. How many teeth an adult have? 32 teeth. So whatever the child has teeth, what we are calling? Milk teeth. And whatever an adult have the teeth, no, that we are calling permanent teeth. How many teeth do we have? We have 32 teeth. Okay, like this we have the teeth, and we have 3 kinds of teeth. That is in that the first teeth, incisors. The first kind is incisors. The second one is canines. The third one is premolars and molars. Premolars and molars. So whatever we have 3 kinds, no. The first one is incisors. The second one is canines. The third one is premolars and molars. So we have 3 kinds of teeth. They have different functions. So the incisors, they have the front teeth, very thin, flat and sharp. So we use to bite the food. And what is the use of these canines? These canines helps, and they have pointed, and they use to tear off pieces of food. What is the use? They can tear off pieces of food. And moving on to that premolar and molars. What the use of premolars and molars? These premolars and molars teeth are the back. Whatever we have the back, no, the teeth we are calling premolars and molars. They are very broad, flat and strong. They are chewing. They used to chew that food. So this kind of teeth we have. What are they? Incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So we finish this lesson. In next class we will discuss in a next lesson. Okay. Up to then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.